exams are a major part in the life of a student. And exam time, during exams, I believe it is also probably the most religious time in the life of most students. Why? Because those were times that they really even pray. They go to church. I remember when I was assigned to the college department, during some times, the church is filled with students attending mass. And what is surprising is after the mass, they really wait for the priest to come out. You know why? They ask the priest to bless their guests. I said, why? Father, so that we will be able to answer well. What, did your pen study well last night? Does your pen have that brain? Or is it the thing that when the priest blesses the pen, during exam time, the pen will answer, give you the correct answer? There's one rather funny prayer before the exam, the next day. And this is the prayer. Lord, as I lay me down to rest, I pray I pass tomorrow's test. If I should die before I wake, that's one less test I have to take. But exams can be so strange. Some statistics have it that 80% of the exam questions are based on that one lecture you didn't attend, and or that one book you didn't read. So when that happens, and you don't know what to answer, then it's always a time. You just say, tick tock, mind block, pen stop, eye pop, full shot, joke love, time up, no luck. But even when the exams are over, the anxiety comes next. Why? Because there will be the results of the exams, and that will be the line of reckoning. And those who scored A's will be the limelight and will get braces and rewards. But the shadows are those at the end of the spectrum, those who are graded F, or bluntly speaking, the failures. In the exam grading scale, F stands for fail. In the social grading scale, F also stands for forgotten. In the eyes of society, the failures are forgotten, and there are not many who feel so important. But we need to remember that failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. In fact, failure is the mother of success. And we learn more from failure than from success. So one thing that can be learned is that failure is not final. And failure can be good as long as it doesn't become a habit. So if your child gets an F, you get that. Of course, F means fail. But please, just go easy on your child. Just tell the child it's okay. Fail, F-A-I-L, means first attempt in learning. After all, Failure is just a bruise, not a tattoo. And failure is just an event in the life of the person. Failure is not equal the person. Of course, that is not meant to encourage failure, but just to give encouragement in the event of failure. As it is said, if plan A doesn't work, remember the alphabet has still 25 more letters. So plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, until plan Z. Now, in the gospel, Jesus is highlighting a category of people who live in the shadows of society. And he pointed them out as the tax collectors and the prostitutes. In short, all those who are considered the failures of society. And generally speaking, failures can be divided into two classes. Those who thought about it but never did anything about it. And those who did it but never thought about it. Did you see the difference? First, those who thought about it but never did anything about it. And those who did it but never thought about it. In a way, the tax collectors and prostitutes, those so-called sinners, just did it but never thought about it. And since they had already done wrong, they stayed in the shadows of society and never thought much about it. Until they heard John the Baptist preach about repentance and forgiveness. Then they thought it better. They thought better of it. And as Jesus said of them, they are making their way into the kingdom of God. Yes, they have learned from their failures and showing it in repentance. They are like the first son of the Pharaoh, who refused to go and work in his father's vineyard. But afterwards, he thought better of it and went. On the other hand, the second son thought about it, and he even said yes to his father. But then he never did anything about it. So the teaching of Jesus in today's gospel is about repentance, and that is expressed in the phrase thought about it, or thought better of it. And that is also how we learn from failure. We need to think better about it, so as to learn from it, and to gain from it, and even to take success out of it. And that is how we need to look at persons who have failed. To see failure as just an event in the person's life, and not failure as a person. So we need to think better, so that the person can move on in life and become a success in life. So we have to remind ourselves and put this to mind that those whom society deem a failure or deem as failures and liabilities, people who are left in the shadows and forgotten, just like the tax collectors and prostitutes in the gospel, reminds us that when the message of repentance is preached to them, they responded more quickly and readily accepted the good news of salvation. In fact, despite their failures in almost every sense of the word, they showed that they had thought better of it and did what God wanted. So, my dear sisters and brothers, when we